What's up, YouTube? This is Wawa Echo. I'm Parker, and I'm a little tired. It's late, but I'm here now, nonetheless, for another issue of the Raw Rundown. Um, this week we have February 19th, 2018, and this was the Go Home show for Elimination Chamber. And basically, the Elimination Chamber matches were all that they cared about tonight, for better or for worse. So let's jump into it and see what I thought of everything. Most of the night consisted of one gigantic match that was split up into like 6 matches. It was the Gauntlet match. Um, Personally, I would say this was a bad idea for them to have done, um, just because of the fact that in 6 days we're getting all these competitors facing each other, and so now we've had each of them fight one another, or several of them, and I don't know. I just don't think that was a great idea. I don't think it was what they should have done, but it's what they did, and the matches were all, for the most part, really good. I'm gonna go through each individual match within the Gauntlet match. The first match inside the Gauntlet match was Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. Um, this was really good. Obviously, Roman and Seth have great chemistry. They've worked together many years as both teammates and opponents, so they are obviously really good together. And the match was fantastic. Rollins was really good here, and it's going to be a continued thing for a little while. Rollins was the great underdog babyface tonight, and it was really good to see. It's where I think Rollins needs to be, is the babyface, and I think that with what they did last week with the crowd reaction for him getting into the Fatal 4-Way, which became a Fatal 5-Way with him in there, with that reaction, and then the reaction tonight with him, I think is really great, and so I hope they keep up the momentum with him. The match between Rollins and Reigns was really good. It ended with a roll up where Rollins was able to swing Reigns' momentum and get his weight on top of him where he couldn't get up before the 3 count, which made Rollins the winner. Match was just really good. It was really good, really intense, physical, and it's getting up. So next up in the gauntlet was John Cena. So John Cena and Seth Rollins went up against each other. They went for a very long time as well, and Rollins was like continuing his babyface push. He was wouldn't give up. He wouldn't stay down. He took everything Cena uh, gave him, and he fought, kept fighting. It was really good, and the crowd was 100% behind him. It helped that he was up against two of the most polarizing people in the company. That didn't hurt his chances of getting cheered here, but it was really good, and he did eventually get Cena in the position to get the curb stomp for the victory once again. And at this point, he had been in the match for about an hour, which was really crazy. That those 2 matches lasted almost an hour. And then Elias was the third person in the match, so it became Elias versus Seth. Um, I don't know if I gave Rollins versus Cena an up, but it's getting an up as well if I didn't. So it's 2 ups for the night so far. Next, like I said, Elias came out, and it was quick this time, and with Rollins having lasted an hour, um, and Elias being the very fresh, much more fresh man, he was able to pretty quickly get the advantage on Rollins and hit him with his finisher to knock Rollins out of the match. But I did not like that. I did not like that at all. And so I'm giving it a down because I wanted Rollins to stay in there longer. I think that Rollins should have gotten 3 wins. I don't know why. I just think it would have been really good if he'd have lasted just a little longer, took out Elias, maybe lost the Miz. I think that would have been really good. And so, but it was just I don't know, with the momentum he had, I think they could have kept going a little bit longer. Um, like what I would have done, what I said to Zach when we were watching, is I would have had as Elias was sliding into the ring, I would have had Rollins hit him with a curb stomp and take him out immediately. I think that would have been really, really great, and I think that would have really popped the crowd for him to have done that. But it's not what happened. So with Rollins gone, Finn Balor came out to replace him, and obviously we've seen this match before between Balor and Elias. And this match was good. It's nothing super special, nothing super exciting, but decent. Decent enough to get an up. Um, and Balor eventually did end up beating Elias with the coup de grace, or as Corey Graves likes to call it, the coup de grace. Um, and after that, The Miz came out. He was the next one, and they had a really good back and forth match. Really good. Probably, I'd say the second best match of the like 6 matches that we had. Rollins versus Cena was the best, and I would say Miz versus Balor was probably second best, with Rollins versus Reigns as a close third. Be my ranking. But anyways, so uh, Balor was looking good, but he had his arm worked on a lot by Elias, which of course the Miz and the Miz Taraj took advantage of. The Miz Taraj got involved with behind the ref's back, which caused Finn to be put in the position for the skull crushing finale, making Miz the winner. And so the match is getting up. It was really great, and Miz was very happy. He was very happy until he realized that there was one monster left, and that monster's name is Braun Strowman, and he came out and he killed the Miz. The Miz tried to run away. Braun shot after him, and he outran him. And he picked him, he dragged him back to the ring, killed him. Just he did this like running drop kick. It was amazing. It was so great, and so Strowman killing the Miz and winning the Gauntlet. It's getting a huge up, and then Strowman goes up the ramp, and one of the new women. I think her name was like Dasha or something. I don't know. It's not Renee Young, so I don't care. Um, talked to Braun and asked if he was scared because he had never been in the Elimination Chamber match before. And Braun said that he doesn't fear the unknown, but the unknown fears him. Really dumb line, but really great just because it was Braun Strowman. It works. And he said something else about uh, how he was going to win, and then he was going to go after Brock Lesnar because he wasn't finished with him yet, and Brock Lesnar was going to get these hands, which it was just great. It was excellent. And then after that, he decided he wasn't done with the Miz and the Miz Taraj, so he decided to go kill them more, which I enjoyed very much so. So, him killing the Miz Taraj and that funny, cheesy promo that only would work with him is getting a huge up. Next after this, the night begins to not be as good. We have Asuka come out and she's doing this promo about the match against Nia Jax, and it was okay. But when you've got someone as great as Shinsuke Nakamura, who kind of fills that role of the foreigner but a good guy foreigner that doesn't understand English much, and so he just says funny stuff that makes everyone laugh and smile and get pumped. Nakamura is really good at that. Asuka's not as good at that, in my opinion. If it was up to me, I would keep her silent and just kick people. To me, that would work a lot better. But so it was kind of an awkward promo, and then she somehow sensed Nia Jax behind her, so she turned around and just started kicking Nia, and Nia was just like the way she stood was as she got kicked was so stupid looking. It was really dumb. Um, just not good. Not and then she got the like she overpowered Asuka and slammed her with a Samoan drop and then a couple of leg drops. Um, so I don't know. I just didn't enjoy this. I'm not looking forward to their match at all. Um, I'm just not sorry. I hope that Nia doesn't win. Surely she won't. There's no way they're gonna have her lose to. I would say if you were gonna have Asuka lose, it'd have to be at a Big Four pay per view. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I would see it. But we'll have to see. But for this segment, is getting it down. I just did not enjoy it. Next, we had the Bar, one of the best tag teams going right now. the Raw Tag Team Champions going up against Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews, who they had like 3 matches with before Royal Rumble. They had 2 matches before Royal Rumble, and then after Royal Rumble they went up against them again. The first 2 times they got cheap roll ups, which somehow earned them a title shot. Then after Royal Rumble, they had their title shot and they got beat senseless. And so we have another match between them for some reason because apparently Sheamus started an argument on Twitter. Okay, whatever. And so we have this match, and it's crap because Titus O'Neil's involved. He's a great human being. I love what he's done for kids. I love what he's done for people and charity and stuff like that. It's great, but he's not a good wrestler. I'm sorry. I do not enjoy him in the ring. He should stick to being a manager for Apollo Crews. Um, and somehow once again they get a stupid cheap roll up and win against the Raw Tag Team Champions. It's so terrible. It's getting a down for sure. It's awful. And then we don't even get any confirmation for the tag titles yet for Elimination Chamber. Like we don't know if they're being defended. We don't know if they're not because they didn't announce it. They announced the matches and even uh, announced one that had never been talked about before, but they didn't say anything about the tag team titles. So I don't know if they're gonna say something about that in the week coming up to it. I don't know. Apparently they don't care, so why should we? It was awful. And one of those matches that was announced for Elimination Chamber was Woken Matt Hardy up against Bray Wyatt. As you guys know, if you've been watching the last couple of months since Woken Matt became a thing, I was very excited at first. I was very happy. I was loving what he was doing. It was great. But I did say, if you'll remember, I did say, they need to do more. It's good for right now, but they can do so much more, and they need to. Thing is, they haven't. They haven't done that. The feud with Wyatt has been stupid. Matt's just been losing every single time they've went in the ring, and then it doesn't seem like he really cares that much. He says it's affecting him, but it doesn't seem to. There hasn't, like I said last week, there's no like actual heat between the two of them. All they do is they smile at each other and laugh when they're in the ring together. They don't take the opportunities that they should to like really go after each other. And so I'm not excited. I'm not excited for this match, and I don't know why we're having it again so soon. Because in my opinion, I would keep building this for WrestleMania and not have them in a match uh, until then. Like I would have them go back and forth of like having matches with other people, and then after they win or lose or whatever, then they get attacked by the other one, and get attacked backstage and get it, stuff like that. I'm not enjoying this right now. I'm really disappointed with what they've done with Matt. I really don't think they're letting him um, have the free reign that I think he needs. And so the promos that they had after the match was announced, they were just nothing special at all. The same old stuff. Um, and it's getting it down. It's bad. And finally, we come to the main event, which was a 6-woman tag match: the Faces versus the Heels. Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Mickey James versus Alexa Bliss, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville. It was an okay match. Nothing terrible. It wasn't botchy. It wasn't any of that stuff. It wasn't particularly exciting. But there's nothing really about it that I can complain with. So I guess I'm giving it an up. But it's not a confident up. It's just an up. You know, I don't feel like they really did much to further, any storylines going into elimination chamber match except for the whole Mickey James Alexa Bliss thing, and that was really more after the match. But nothing else is really like there's no intensity to me between these 6 women for elimination chamber. I'm just not excited to see it, and I think. Like I said, I think a couple weeks ago when it was announced, this would be fine if they had just really focused on a rivalry that needed this kind of match, kind of like what they did with the Hell in a Cell match between Sasha Banks and Charlotte last for 2016. Um, but Sasha Banks did win, I believe, by making Mandy Rose tap. I believe it was Rose. Um, and after the match, of course, like always, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose started attacking the other ones, beat beat down Banks and Bailey. Alexa Bliss got in and was like, "Yay!" But then they turned on her and were about to attack her when Mickie James came in to save her. You know, they had their back and forth last week, and so the question is, oh, are they on the same page? Are they friends again? What's going on? I don't care. I just don't. I mean, it's so obvious what they're gonna do. They're, it's Alexa Bliss is using Mickie because she wants some sort of advantage in the match because she wants to win her, keep her title, and she's gonna screw her over, and it's probably gonna lead to them with some. I don't care. I just don't care. I just don't care. And but the match got enough. I'm just not a fan of this storyline. It's just I'm just I'm ready for Ronda Rousey to get here. Ready for ready. Um, but that was Raw. It started off really really great, and then kind of fizzled out in the end. So I don't know. We'll see how Elimination Chamber goes. Yeah, that's it. And I'll of course be back for the Raw rundown for the Raw after Elimination Chamber's over. So we'll see how things have been shook up at that point. If you did enjoy the video, sorry I've been a little subdued. Like I said, I'm tired. Um, but if you did enjoy I said the match. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you have any opinions on the Raw this week, whether you agree with me, disagree with me, let us know in the comments. And if you don't want to miss any of our content, please subscribe, hit the notification button, so you don't miss a single video. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here and go to bed. I will see you all very very soon. Peace.